Okay, we are back with our Stages of Wealth Building video series. If you missed the first video, make sure you go back and check it out, where we talked about stage one. And stage one is all about control. This is where you want to make sure you have control over your expenses and your income, and that you also have control of some of the decisions you're making with your debt. Now, once you've gained control and you're experiencing some margin, now you've entered into stage two. And this is what stage two is all about. Yes, that word, margin. You no longer are fighting with your expenses and your income and living paycheck to paycheck. You no longer are fighting with unexpected expenses and it depleting your savings account. You actually have some margin. Maybe have a little excess income. How great does that feel? Yet you're still lost. You're not really sure what to do next. You see people in stages ahead of you that have a lot of assets and a lot more wealth that is being built up, and you're wondering, man, what do I gotta do to get there? Those are some of the feelings associated with being in stage two. Now, some practical, maybe numbers things about being in stage two. Yes, you have some margin, meaning you do have more income than you do have expenses each month. But also, there's a good chance that you've been able to save a little bit of money. Some people, either in or at the end of stage one, or maybe towards the beginning of stage two, have about 2 or 3 months worth of their expenses already saved up into a savings account. But as I mentioned in the stage one video, these are just a few estimates. Don't get too hung up on the numbers, because the truth is it's about the behaviors a lot more than it's about the total amount of money you have coming in or the total amount of money you have saved. So now you know what it feels like to be in stage two and what it could financially, numbers-wise, look like to be in stage two. So what do you want to do next? You want to make the most of that margin. And there are 2 things that you need to focus on in this stage. The first thing, you have to get a habit of saving. This is very different than just putting money in a savings account. Again, you want to have a habit of saving. You want to become the household. You want to become the person that every time money is coming in and you get a piece of income, you have a habit of putting at least $1 of it away and saving. This is an absolute key to building wealth. Look, we've all heard of the overnight success stories. People that got rich quick, they took advantage of a really great stock or business opportunity or whatever it was. And when you're in stage two and you're looking up at people in stage three, you really feel like a lot of those overnight success stories are happening all over the place. And why in the heck is it not happening to you? Well, here's the truth. Most of those stories don't include the reality of all the things that happened before that overnight success. Look, if you talk to those people that have had that success, they'll tell you all about the hard work, or more importantly, the right choices they consistently made leading up to that success. Remember, it's about the behaviors. Now, the second thing that you need to do is get familiar with investing. Again, we're trying to make the most of this margin that we have. And there's a good chance that if you've gotten to this stage of wealth that you're already doing some sort of investing, but it's probably pretty passive or fairly automatic and you know next to nothing about it. To really build wealth like people are doing in stage three, they are investing in more than just their 401k or their IRA. They're investing in things that are called a non-qualified account. Simply put, a non-qualified investment account is just an account that you put money into that's not really associated with these tax codes. That's what the 401k is. It's a tax code. That's what the IRA is. It has some tax language in it. You can invest like you do in a savings account, put money away, but instead of it being in a really small return savings account, you can put it into an investment, into stocks, into bonds, into mutual funds, and really start building wealth. So you're hearing all these things about non-qualified accounts and maybe even some other words that might intimidate you. That's okay. Again, you're not familiar with that. And that's part of what you need to do in this stage of building wealth. You must get familiar with investing. The best way to get familiar with something is just to jump in and do it. check out this video that we made that teaches you how to start investing in a Betterment account. Getting familiar with investing with a Betterment account is super simple. It's really easy to open, very simple steps, and there's no minimum amount needed from you to get started. So what do you need to do in stage 2, the stage of margin in the wealth building journey? You need to make sure you build a habit of saving and you get familiar with investing. What does that really do? It puts that margin to work. It helps you make a greater impact in this journey of building wealth. So in the stage 1 video, I talked about a resource that can be super helpful to you, Dave Ramsey's Financial Peace University. Now, if you're in stage 2, here are a couple other resources that can be extremely helpful in your wealth building journey. These resources are a really great, trusted insurance advisor, an awesome home loan advisor. These people are going to help you a ton. Sadly, if you don't have the right insurance, if something happens, it can put you right back down to stage 1. And one of the largest financial moves that people make in this stage is buying a house. And if you get the wrong home loan, that too can put you right back down to stage 1. Having wise and loving advisors for insurance and for home loans will help you maintain that margin, but also encourage you and protect you as you get prepared for stage 3. So how do you know if you are exiting stage 2 and entering into stage 3? Your habit of saving and your familiarity with investing has helped you gain or earn at least $50,000 in assets. Once you have that much money in a non-qualified investment account outside of your 401k, outside of your 2 to 3 months of expenses in a savings account, that's when your wealth building is really growing. And this next stage, stage 3, we call impact. We call it that because your potential for impact with that money, whether it be positive or negative, is so much greater. So make sure that you're subscribed to our channel or that you're following us on social media so you don't miss our next video on what to do in stage 3.